Good morning, and thank you for joining us for our virtual literacy expo. My name is Miss Yvonne Rodriguez. I am the current literacy coach here at Mesa Vista, and I'm here today to share with you one of my favorite books that I love to read, and I love to read to my daughter when she was young. But before I jump into that, I kind of wanted to explain an activity that we can tie with this book itself. So at the campus, we are learning every day with different stories and different genres that we read through our classrooms, and our teachers prepare these lessons. So for this particular book, Guess How Much I Love You, that I will be reading with you, I've created a little activity that can be done with students. So this activity is geared for kinder, first, possibly second grade, and just to keep them current in knowing what characters are in the story, the setting, and the events that happened. So quickly, I created this together, and it's a little foldable book where kids can come back and fill in after the story is read. Of course, with questions that are geared through the teacher's lesson as far as during, after, and before the read. The kiddos are able to come back and kind of look at their flip book and come back and fill in who the character was. And of course, our little ones with illustrations is appropriate for them to put in. As they progress into the grade levels, then we would address a sentence to match the drawing that was set in. So for our character, our setting, and our main event that happens in the story, which is going to lead us into the different events that progress as the story goes on. So this is something, it doesn't have to be in this format. It could be something where you put together on a piece of paper, or even if we want to cut 4 or 3 different tabs, they can be index cards or pieces of paper that we cut up together to kind of help your student at home to kind of put together the story elements as they're presented in the story. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my read aloud again. This is one of my favorite books, Guess How Much I Love You, and this is by Sam McBranie, and it's illustrated by Anita Jerome. Little Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's very long ears. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said Big Nut Brown Hare. I love these pictures. This much, said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching out his arms as wide as they could go. Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. That is a lot, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you as high as I can stretch, said Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said Big Nut Brown Hare. This is very high, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I had arms like that. Then Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. I love you all the way to my toes, he said. Silly rabbit. And I love you all the way up to your toes, said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him up over his head. I love you as high as I can hop, laughed Little Nut Brown Hare, bouncing up and down. But I love you as high as I can hop, smiled Big Nut Brown Hare, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. That's good hopping, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I could hop like that. I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river, cried Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you across the river and over the hills, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That's very far, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to think any more. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes, out into the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That's a very, very far. Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. The end. I hoped you enjoyed the story. This is one of my all-time favorites that I would read to my own daughter. As an extension to this, just with our families at home, we're able to create and grab a string, a yard, or what have you, and cut it out the length, the arm length of your parent, of your student, your child, and at each end, you can label the student's name on it. I put Rodriguez because that's my last name, but a small little heart at the end, and it can be a piece of paper, it can be a little post-it, something that you want to stick to it and make sure that it stays on the string, and put in, this is how much I love you. I think it's very important that our kids and our students and our community showcase the love that we have for our students. And set it as a reminder somewhere in your home, vertically, horizontally in their room, so that it's a constant reminder how much we love our students and how much we love our kiddos and moms and dads and grandpas and grandmas at home. And that it's a visual for them to remember that they're always loved. So I hope you enjoyed this book. Thank you for popping in and listening to it. And I hope that you love the read as much as I do. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.